The first thing I'll say is you have to listen and don't make judgments on what people are saying right away. Kind of let it absorb. And sometimes people, those that are closest to you might say things that you seem harmful or seem hurtful. And, sometimes people don't always have the best interest, but often they do. And so, having an open mind and listening to people, listening to friends, listening to relatives, I think that there's some value in that. So, I've had advice from attorneys, advice from accountants, advice from other business leaders. Our banker, when I was young, he used to sit down and take me out to lunch and give me all sorts of advice. But, I've had good mentors in my life, and their advice is typically like, this is what I'm seeing, and I think you need to do this. And sometimes we get stuck in ruts. And having somebody recognize that and say, you know what, why don't you try that? And not being afraid to try something. I tend to use a phrase a lot, and I think we all have heard it. It's paralysis of analysis. My business and my personal life, I'm very flexible. I don't try to, if something isn't working, I don't just keep banging my head against the wall until it works. I pivot and I move on to something else. And whether it's my personal life or business life. So I think, often when I look back on my life and my business career, especially, there's probably 5 or 6 things that people have said to me, and I listened and I absorbed it. And in all cases, these were probably scary things to think about, but I did it, and looking back on it, it does feel good that, I wasn't afraid to at least try something.